What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Zozums. It is me, once again, the only person on this YouTube channel, and I just realized I can have another skill for this vehicle, so let's just do that. Let's get repairs, because I hate this thing's repair speed. Now, today we are looking at the Tier 7 Russian heavy tank, the IS, otherwise known as the IS-2, because this is basically just the IS-2 on an IS... Well, actually, it is an IS-2. This is an IS-2 mod 1943. Instead of the 1944, which had the sloped front. No matter though. So I'm not going to be taking a look at the tanks.gg stats because I'm really just ticked off at the moment because I just realized I was using the wrong microphone for 2 videos, so I'm having to record those again. So we're just going to take a look at the stats using the World of Tanks. Jeez, I've been playing too much War Thunder. So we're taking a look at the firepower right now. So the standard shell damage is anywhere between 293 at a low roll to 488 at a high roll. So around 390 is this thing's normal roll for shell damage. Now the standard shell penetration is, hold on, let's pull this up. 131 millimeters to 219 millimeters on the armor piercing ammunition. Go away, BT-7 artillery. On the standard. Not the standard, but the APCR, it is 163 to 271 millimeters of penetration. And the high explosive gets 46 millimeters to 76 millimeters of penetration. Now, the rate of fire on this gun is nothing spectacular compared to other Tier 7 tanks, but it's a Russian 122. What can you expect? You get 5 shells a minute, and that's it. Now, the reload time on this gun is 11 seconds on my tank and my crew. Turret traverse speed is 29.2 degrees a second. Gun depression... classic Russian at 6 degrees down and 25 degrees of gun elevation. Aiming time is 3.3 seconds, with dispersion at 100 meters being 0.44, and the average damage per minute being 1,984. That's not what I wanted to push. Go me. So, now we're going to take a look at the survivability, otherwise known as the, armor and hit points for the tank. So this tank gets the lowest of the Tier 7 heavies, I believe, at 1,230 hit points. However, the frontal hull armor is 120 millimeters thick, in which this is a big weak spot. However, compared to this spot, it is like an automatic bounce here, but you will penetrate up here any time. Now, the side armor for this vehicle is 90 millimeters thick, and the rear armor is 60 millimeters thick. Now, moving on to the turret armor, up at the front here, you have 100 millimeters. These turret cheeks are big weaknesses. Actually, this whole front, except for this little ring here, is a big weakness. And if you have a small enough gun and you can hit that little portion, you should probably hit that little portion because that'll get you a penetration. Now, the side of the turret armor is 90 millimeters thick, along with the rear being 90 millimeters thick, so it is okay. Angled like such, you'll probably get a bounce here if you're not using a high penetration gun or firing APCR. So let's take a look at the mobility of this vehicle. So we have a 700 horsepower power engine in the rear of this vehicle, with specific power being 15.14, and the top speed being 34 kilometers per hour. This is one of the slowest of the Tier 7 heavy tanks. However, it has the best reverse speed of any Tier 7 heavy tank, I believe, at 14 kilometers per hour. Now, the reverse speed of this tank is 37 degrees a second, so it's okay, I guess. Now, let's take a look at the concealment. So, actually, no, we don't need to take a look at the concealment. Let's take a look at the spotting. So, the view range on this vehicle is 350 meters, and the signal range is 625. Do I have the... Yes, I do. Okay. I was going to see, I might have the Tier 7 one, which has 440 signal range. Taking a look at the guns, when you first get this vehicle, you get the Tier 6 85mm D5T cannon, which I suggest that you just try, if you have the 100mm T10T, use the 100mm D10T until you are able to research the 122mm D25T, and after that, get the D25T, because the D25T is going to come handy in the IS-3. So you can get that amazing 122mm BL9 cannon. So yeah. That is really all I got for, the stats of the tank. Let's take a look at what you should be using for your premium consumables. Well, except you probably wouldn't be able to use them, but just use them anyways. So, I would probably use an enhanced gun laying drive. Typical. Let's see, what else do we got here? Probably a large caliber tank gun rammer, and either toolbox or improved ventilation class 3. Or if you get lucky, or if you want to use this tank as a ramming tank, even though I don't suggest it because this thing doesn't pick up too much speed, you could use a heavy spall liner. So that's all I got. I'm gonna go right into the match. Right, guys, so we are back for the most unfortunate matchmaking you can get, a Tier 9 match in the IS. Taking a look at the opponents we'll be facing, I'm just going to head down to this little valley bit over here, because I don't want to take any chances going around here, or going down into this area, because this area is just death. So, we're just going to go along the valley here. Now, I do have 1 mark of excellence on this tank. Doesn't mean I'm good in it, just means that I'm better than most people in the tank. Yeah. So, hopefully we won't come across any... Well, the Tier 8s we can penetrate except for the Oh, crap, what was it? Oho. We can't penetrate the Oho that they have. I think it's a T-32. We can't penetrate the T-32 from the front unless we're shooting down at its upper plate. Which, in this position, if we do counter it, we probably can. We also have a Heat 54, because spamming high explosive anti-tank spamming T-54s. Hopefully he won't be spamming high explosive anti-tank. So just gonna look over this position down here, in which we'll just take a look at what the other team has still. So from not being able to penetrate the E-75, what's that? We have a J-Panther. We missed our shot, sadly, and we got spotted as Quickie Baby saying it's a trap. Showed us because I have the Quickie Baby mod pack. Yes, this is pretty swanky to have a mod pack, if you ask me. Now I'm gonna move up again. Oh, that's our... Holy crud! 500, he didn't even hit us directly on. Well, say goodbye to your hit points if you're trying to face off artillery, and it hits you. Or at least Tier 9 artillery. So, kind of unfortunate we lost almost half of our hit points. Almost 550 out of that one shell that just missed us. Took out our track. So we're gonna push up. Oh no, we have all 3 of the top tier heavy tanks facing us off. A T-32, an E-75, and an Oho. This is unfortunate. And whilst our T-34 is being AFK at base, we are screwed. This might not be good gameplay, boys. I'm sorry if it isn't, but we shall do our best. I'm probably gonna try and reverse up this hill. That E-75 is coming quite quickly. Quickly. That's an Oho! That is an Oho! Yo-ho, Oho. We penned him, I believe, at least. And the T-54 is taking a lot of damage here. Oh, I feel bad for the guy, even. Now, we're gonna, without a doubt, die here. Try and fire into the weak spot. Ah, we bounced! And, unfortunately enough, that leaves us against 4 enemy heavy tanks. Not just 1, not just 2, but 4. Top tier, except for the T-29 enemy heavy tanks. So, we're just going to try and do our best against these guys, which is mostly just trying to take out the Oho. Because that's the only thing that we can really penetrate and try and kill. Except we didn't, because our teammates are a bunch of morons who don't know what the map is. Thank you, team. Next match. Right, guys, so we got placed into a Tier 8 match, better than the Tier 9 match, on steps. Yes, I can't remember most of these battle names. But we're on steps, and it's a Tier 8 match. We should be able to do at least some damage. Now, judging by what they have on our team, KV-4, we won't be able to penetrate that thing from the front unless we had slower plate, and that probably won't be that good of a penetration. In which the KV-5, which is just below that, we're going to have to penetrate that by just trying to snipe out its weak spots with this very horribly inaccurate gun. T-34, I think that is? Oh, I'd alt-tabbed out. That's not good. We alt-tabbed out by accident. But I believe that is a T-34 that they have. Yeah, that T-34, not so good hull armor, but pretty good turret armor. So we have to aim for the hull if we can get that. Centurion, that thing has no armor. T-69, it's okay armor. We can penetrate mostly though. Ferdinand, we are being rushed by a VK-28.01. What are you doing VK 28.01. And of course, we probably have a team that just, like, stares up light tank. Yo, we're gonna try and plant a shell into this light tank. Yes, I understand that you spotted me. Come here. Come here. Actually, no, they're gonna have snipers over there, so that's a smart decision. However, we can pop... Oh! Oh! We might be able to get our first kill of the match right here. Oh, he used a repair kit. Nope, he did. Right, so... I just went on a complete suicide mission and failed completely at it. So he will be remembered as that one light tank who failed to do anything for his team. Except spot the guys, but have nothing help him. Because artillery. So we're gonna continue pushing her along this side. But we're gonna have to keep an eye on the map over here, in which we don't have that many tanks protecting that area. Now we do have a T-150 and the KV-3. Sorry, did I say? Yeah, KV-3. Which the KV-3 has monumental frontal armor. Unless he, come on, for me. Fire a shot and then it missed. So we're gonna push up because I don't feel like sitting in that position. And yeah. So this T-150 made a horrible mistake of being a T-150 and deciding to push up that far because even the KV-30 is getting pestered to death. So yeah, we're gonna push out here. Push out. Aim. Oh, he's taken out. So, we got spotted. So that was Ferdinand pushing our WZ-131 on the middle of the map, and most of the other enemy tanks are at the other side of the map. So we're going to have to push quite hard through this side of the map and try and get on cap, unless the Lurva over there can keep those enemies at bay, which probably isn't going to happen, because it's a Lurva. The number one, pay to win, tier 1 scrub, because you want to get into a higher tier tank at a low tier. And the Lurva seems like an awesome option, because it's the Lurva. So we're going to try and go and get behind this Ferdinand. Watch that KV-4, who is sniping. And the Ferdinand got taken out, of course. So we've done absolutely nothing this match. We're probably just going to push along here and see if we can help our team against this KV-4, or at least the Centurion if we get any good shots. So, KV-4, he appears to be in a hold down position from where he is. Yes, he is. Oh, that's a KV-5 actually. There's a KV-4, and we got spotted by something. Probably the KV-5. Let's look over here, see if we can get any shots on these guys. No, they're behind a ridge. Okay, well, we're gonna have to push over here and see if we can do stuff. Yes. Now, they do have all 3 of their heavy tanks, or at least 3 out of the 4 heavy tanks that they have still alive, come back to base. T-34 was last spotted over there, and we have a side shot of the KV-4's turret, fired it, and didn't get any penetration. It's a shame, because he was moving the turret, so we're going to push up again. We do have the side of the KV-4, and we took a shot that we just missed there. Took a shot, flyer one into the side of the KV-4, and we're just getting peppered by that T-69. Meaning that we're going to have to probably just sit here without any cover against the other guys on the side. And I'm going to try and take pot shots at the T-69. Except you don't have a shot at him. That's a shame. It's a shame, eh? Why am I Canadian? I'm not Canadian. Let's see. So the T-34 is pushing across back there. However, the KV-5 is being rushed by an IS-3. More guns, the merrier. We can probably kill this guy if we focus down his weak spot. However, I kind of want to go for the T-150. The weaker. The weak. Yep, put him out of his misery, and then we'll get along the side of this KV-5. We gotta aim for that droid. The R2-D2 of him. Machine gun port. Unless we can hit. No, that's not giving you a guaranteed penetration. So I have to do our best to aim. Fire! And something happened wrong. Now, our IS-3 is being quite impressive here against this KV-5, in which we're gonna help him. We're gonna help him a lot. Fire! One into the weak spot. And he's been taken out. Good work, guys. Now, our base is still being pushed over. We seem to have the, like, just situation under control, actually. We're gonna try and push up and maybe help with this T-34. However, that doesn't seem to be a problem. Now, where are the 2 artillery? It appears that the RD, unless we, oh, there's an M12. We can one-shot that thing, especially if this SB-1C. Panzer-1C. Oh, he shotgunned it. Nope. Bad scumbag. So we put one shot into the scumbag and killed him. Now the other scumbag is in a Hummel up here, which is about to get rushed by 2 IS tanks, IS-3 and an IS-2. He is without a doubt dead. He will be remembered as that one scumbag who wasn't as scumbagy as the others. Scumbag. He's running away and he's dead. So that is the match. We did okay. Could be better, could be worse. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like down below to encourage me to keep making this stuff. And if you are new to the channel and you really like it, you can subscribe because that'll tell you when new videos come out. If you dislike the video, dislike it because there's a dislike button there. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, stuff like that, leave in the comment section below. I'll probably get back to you. See you in the next video, guys.